Ah, there we go.
We're live, brother.
What's happening? How you doing, Blake?
I'm all right. Let me put you up top like a big dog.
Don't make my
Welcome
head
back.
look here. It's the beard. It's the beard, you know?
I'm working on it. I'm gonna get one, buddy.
Hey,
Working on it.
that goatee you got, boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's pretty smooth. That is pretty
Monday
smooth.
Mayhem's back.
It is. Look here, Blake. I gotta show you. I gotta show you my calendar. I got. This is Motorsports Mayhem Productions 2026 calendar, and they are out of the Northeast. These are all trucks from up north and northeast. Right here, this is Gary Pierce. So Gary's one of our loyal listeners.
All right.
That's his truck problem child.
Glad you
And
said
I actually talked to Gary quite extensively. And let me see here. I got the comments up, waiting for comments to come in.
yeah, we got to get somebody in here. We don't have anybody in yet, but that's okay. It says 8 people.
Yeah.
Y'all comment
We don't
where you're watching from.
Yeah, but pretty cool calendar. Pretty cool calendar. A lot of cool pictures in it. And I mean, there's
That's
getting
wild.
some air.
Looks like he's hitting a barrier tire.
I mean, there's some serious challenge in air in some of these shots, you know.
All right, they're rolling in. Hello, John Turner, 5138.
What's going on, John Turner? Hefner.
Yeah. Hi, how about Patricia from Maine?
What up, Patricia?
Oh, we got a Hoosier? Man.
Jason Compton, what's going on, man? Monkey is watching. Monkey is watching. Little Monkey. Archie, how you doing?
Indiana. Man, we're everywhere. Go to that front page, like the cover.
Oh, the cover. Cover.
I love that font. That is old school motorsports right there. My background in the sign making, yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Big shout out to Motorsports Mayhem Productions up in the Northeast. I ordered me a calendar, bought me a calendar. Gary Pierce right here. The problem child truck. What's up, Emily Dotson? The Dotsons from West Virginia. Watching. So, Blake, we're gonna have us some fun tonight. We got Gavin McRoy,
our host of Tech Talk
from Palmetto Mudway. He's in the green room right now, and then we've got Jason Hoskins. He is actually somewhere in the middle of the United States right now, driving back from Arizona. He's got a hotshot delivery service, and he delivered a racing trailer to Arizona. Well, he's on his way back home from out west, and he's somewhere, I think, in Oklahoma, and he's going to tune in. He's going to be our guy on the torque side, and of course, Gavin's made. He's made all these things about horsepower. And how horsepower is what you got to have, you know?
Horsepower versus the torque. Now,
horsepower. Look, and I can see it that you got the young guns all about the horsepower, and you got us old fellas here that are all about the torque. You know,
right?
Scott Braley from Canaan, Maine. Did I say that right? Canaan, Maine.
Canaan, Maine looked like to me, but I can't have you, so whatever.
All righty. So
anyway, your take is what?
So I'm all about. Look here, I'm about torque. I wasn't built for speed. I was in the military, and I mean we go on them 4 or 5 10-mile runs. Man, right. I was sucking air. I'm built like a tank. I'm not built for speed. I'm built for torque. I'm built for strength. I'm built for torque. So I'm definitely on the torque side. And
right.
I
think horsepower can buy torque. Horsepower owns torque. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
It owns torque. Horsepower is always boss.
Look here. There's a guy in the green room who went to Twitty's Mud Bog in November.
Yeah.
With all kinds of horsepower. He had all kinds of horsepower, but he couldn't put it to the ground.
He didn't need to put it.
He didn't have the torque. He didn't have the torque below him.
You're talking about a novelty truck, dude. It was not.
Well, it is. It is. It's made to go straight. It's not made to do a horseshoe.
Yeah, that's a whole nother debate.
Yeah, it is. That is
trucks.
A whole nother debate.
But my opinion is that, like I said, horsepower owns torque. It tells torque what to do. Tells it what to do. Well, torque can't do nothing without horsepower, and you got to have the torque. But
you don't get horsepower without torque. Torque plus RPMs. Torque times RPMs divided by 5252 gets you your horsepower. There is an equation. There is a mathematical equation to the madness. Yeah. There is a mathematical equation to the madness. But in order to get your horsepower, it is torque times RPM divided by 5252 gets you your horsepower. By God.
What'd you just say? You give it more gas, it puts more gas to the ground. I don't know. Is that what you're trying to say? We just can't do it. And guess what? I didn't got this new intro, and it ain't on here, so whatever. We'll go with what we know.
Jason Compton says he's just here to support the Ledge team member and friend, Jason Hoskins.
Hey, well, I don't think he's going to need a lot of support, but I'm sure.
I think he's probably got a pretty good argument. And but in the end, Blake, torque and horsepower, they are linked. They're not separate.
Yeah, one's no good without the other, in my opinion.
Right? Yeah. I mean, you can't do the one without the other. Torque is the force. RPM is how often force is applied, and horsepower is the result.
What kind of mud truck do you have?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Me, I don't. I'm just a mouth.
So we should probably leave this to professionals.
Yeah, we should leave this up to the pros. But look here. So I was a mechanic in the Army. I was a glorified parts changer in the United States Army for 12 years. And then I worked as a government contractor, and one of the things I worked with was a turbine engine. They used it to make smoke. So I got to work with fancy jet engines for about 5-6 years. Then I moved here to South Carolina to work with a company building the MRAP trucks, the big armored mine-resistant, ambush-protected vehicles.
And how much horsepower do they have?
They were diesels, and they were about 600 horses. Because they had
MRAP's got 600 horsepower.
They had about 600 horses in them because they have to move that steel down the road.
600 horsepower is in MRAP.
Between 400 and 600, depending on which truck that was built.
I ain't arguing with you because I wasn't in them. That just seems like a lot.
Turbocharged.
Turbines.
A lot of big turbos. Big turbos.
Obviously, you and I don't have a clue what's going on with turbo or torque and horsepower. So, what do you think? This is going to be a good one.
This is going to be a good one. So we're gonna bring our guys in, and we're gonna tell them the rules. We're gonna give. So what way this is gonna work is we're gonna bring them both in. And hey, Jason, it was my pleasure. It really was. We're gonna bring both these guys in. Break the rules down for them. We're gonna give them each 5 minutes. Uninterrupted to describe their side, what horsepower is and what torque is. Gavin is on the horsepower side. Jason is on the torque side. So we're going to give them each an opportunity to explain a little bit about what horsepower, what torque is, and then we'll go on from there and just have a little debate back and forth and figure things out. So,
well, let's do it.
Let's do it.
You ready?
It's Monday Mayhem. Engines loud, opinions louder. Mud, motors, and straight up chaos. Live. Right now. This is mud racing now.
Welcome to the show, boys.
Going on?
What's going on? So how you fellas
How's it
doing?
going,
Jason, how you doing, man? You hanging in there?
Hanging in there, putting some miles under my ass.
So you're in Oklahoma?
I just passed Elk City, Oklahoma.
Nice. You're making good time coming home. Well, listen, we're gonna have a little discussion tonight, and we're gonna talk about horsepower versus torque. And in our Tech Talk Thursday, Gavin, who's a big helper in here at Mud Racing now, he's been our Tech Talk guy, and he's a young gun that's all about the horsepower, right, Gavin?
I am. Big
Yeah. So there's a lot of people. That just your answers to horsepower versus torque. It's caused quite the little storm in the world.
Yeah.
So
I don't think one person's agreed with me so far. But
Two
I'll show them.
weeks.
It's okay.
Hey, this is a 2-week debate, so I'm like, this is not
Yeah.
this is too good.
It has been a good debate for the last couple weeks. But look here, guys, we got a lot of people tuning in, and Jason Compton's tuned in to watch you debate.
All right, Jason, y'all ready to go? Gavin, we chose you to go first.
Fun.
Are you
So,
ready?
The way it's going to work
rules.
is you got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to lay out your argument about horsepower, why you think horsepower is better than torque, or why it's more important than torque. Ready?
Yeah.
Rock on.
All right. I'm gonna start it off because like you were saying before, horsepower and torque, they're directly related. But one is useful, the other one doesn't really mean anything. So what is torque? Torque is if I have this wrench, it's force.
Can you guys hear me?
over
Because I'm
distance.
cutting out.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. Force over distance. That
I
is
can
all
hear you
torque
now.
is. The farther the distance is, the more torque you have. On a dyno sheet, the one number everybody loves to look at is foot-pounds. But most people don't really know what foot-pounds means. Foot-pounds is if I had a 1-foot wrench, it is how much force is being applied on the end of the wrench. So if you make 950 foot-pounds of torque, that's 950 pounds applied at the wrench. But if you notice, it has nothing to do with how fast the wrench is turning. It's just the force on the wrench.
Hey, Gavin,
Has
slow down.
Sorry.
Slow down, because Jason,
Oh, he
he went
lost
away. He's
him.
back now. He can hear you. I want him to hear your argument so he knows how to
Yeah.
respond. You're back, Jason.
I'm trying to find a place to pull over.
All righty.
You want me to start over?
You do whatever.
Or I'll start. Jason, I don't know when I
Go
lost
ahead.
you. All right. So I'll start it back.
About 3 seconds after you started talking.
All right, I'll start over.
Hey, Gavin. Jason Compton says I'm way out horsepowered, but I still place top 3 everywhere I have been.
That means his truck works.
Yep.
That means he's got a working truck. All
He's
right.
probably got a lot of torque under that horsepower.
Yeah.
So, force over distance is torque. That's all it is. Foot-pounds on your dyno sheet is if you had a 1-foot wrench, if you made 950 foot-pounds of torque, it's 950 pounds being applied at the end of the wrench. That's all it means. But it has nothing to do with how fast the wrench is turning. How fast the wrench is turning is horsepower. Horsepower is the rate of work. Torque has nothing to do with rate of work. Torque being utilized is horsepower. Now, that's a simple explanation, and physics people would love to debate me on that, but I'm keeping it simple. That's why that formula you gave, Horsepower equals torque times RPM divided by 5252.
Yep.
That's why that's there, because horsepower is usable. People confuse when they say their truck is torquey. That means it has a low-end horsepower. The whole point of why diesels exist is they make low-end horsepower, and they don't turn that many RPMs.
So the whole shot is what you get from torque.
Well, you get it from torque, but horsepower is what uses it. Torque is not usable.
Correct.
Horsepower is usable energy. Torque is just a number. It doesn't, like, that's what I'm saying. You have the wrench, you can apply all the pounds you want, but the wrench don't turn, it don't do nothing. When you let off your trans brake, what shoots through your vehicle is horsepower. That's the force going through, because it's a rate of work. That's what turns your tire. It's work being performed. That's what makes your car go from point A to point B. Your torque number does not matter. That's why gearing is a thing, because you gear it for your horsepower. That's why small blocks turn crazy RPMs. They don't make any torque. They make top end horsepower. And they make top end horsepower because they turn so many RPMs. And that's where that formula comes in.
Yep.
Horsepower is usable energy. Torque is not.
Okay.
All right.
You laid it out there pretty good, I think. What's funny is you used the wrench and the ratchet, and the ratchet is a great way to describe torque in my opinion. It's the twisting force.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean you basically described it both. I mean, I don't think you're wrong. But I don't think people understood exactly the way you're describing it. That, torque. Yes, Jason, torque is what turns the tire. You're absolutely right.
Well,
But how fast does that tire turn is from the horsepower.
Exactly.
y'all gonna make Jason over there bite his tongue off. He's weak.
Horsepower is the rate of work. So if you have time involved and you're performing work, turning your tire, that's horsepower. Torque's out the picture. It don't matter. It's already gone.
All right.
And dynos actually calculate horsepower from torque. They don't measure it. They calculate it based on the rate of it. There's nothing can read horsepower. It's an estimate. But yeah, go ahead.
But it reads the torque
because it's the rate of work. It can read it and guestimate what
I'm
that
gonna let Jason answer him, Gene.
All right, Jason. Jason, are you ready?
All right.
I've been sitting here listening.
Yeah, I know he's being patient as hell. I'm like,
all right, Jason, your time. 5 minutes.
I'm not going to get a dictionary out to go read the horsepower definition and torque definition. I'm going to say this. Most people can't use the horsepower that they have in a short distance. If we were drag racing on a quarter mile, absolutely horsepower will prevail every single time. You said that horsepower wasn't relevant for mud racing. You said torque wasn't relevant for mud racing. Torque is what gets you off the line. Torque is what has the first 80 to 100 feet. Horsepower never comes into effect on the first 80 to 100 feet. It's the upper end is where the horsepower starts prevailing. Now, if you have a motor that's got low torque on it, you're going to get your ass busted by somebody with a lot of torque, whether you got more horsepower than them or not, because they've done got you beat the first 100 foot. You can't catch them in the last 100 foot.
yeah.
Try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at it this way. If you're trying to motivate a 4,000-pound truck, which is going to motivate faster, one with 700 foot-pounds of torque or one with 1,000 foot-pounds of torque?
Am I allowed to answer?
Yeah, I want your answer on that.
All right, ding, ding. Let's get it on. Go for it.
All right. How much horsepower does a 700 foot-pound one make? Does it make more?
We can go with the more horsepower. I don't care. We can go with the more horsepower. I don't care. But now keep in mind, we're not going quarter mile. We're going 200 feet.
200 foot. 200 foot.
Does your truck hit peak horsepower in 200 feet?
At the very end. The
Exactly.
very end.
So the
But hold on.
The first part of the race. That's what wins the race.
No.
So let me inject here.
Backwards. Okay, go
Let
ahead.
me inject something here, and the key relationship. The key relationship between the two is important because Gavin, you talked about a dyno, and
Correct.
so when you want to figure out torque versus torque times RPM divided by 5252, what is 5252? That is the RPM where torque and horsepower are always equal on a dyno chart.
Correct.
5252, that's where torque and horsepower cross. That's where they meet. So they are just as equal on a dyno chart. But in a real world analogy is torque is how hard you push on the wrench. Horsepower is how fast you can keep the wrench turning. They both play an important part, but
100%.
But even then, so which matters more? Which matters more? Horsepower or torque?
Torque.
Horsepower is what wins. Even in 200 foot, torque isn't usable. Torque is just the force on the wrench. It's not used.
Let me ask it this way. In towing a trailer, what is more important?
Horsepower.
Torque.
Nope.
Torque is. I'm towing a trailer.
Horsepower.
I pull a trailer every day. I'm telling you, horsepower ain't got nothing to do with
it's You're right. But you have it backwards because people confuse torque for low end horsepower. It's low end horsepower. That's all torque is. Torque is just. Yep, go ahead.
I put it in. Look here, you're a tech guy. I put it into Chat GPT, and these are the answers that Chat GPT gives. Towing a trailer is torque. Cruising highways is torque. Drag racing launch is torque.
There you go.
High top speed is horsepower.
I agree with that.
Track racing is horsepower.
Torque is horsepower's little bitch. It only does what horsepower tells it to do.
It's still backwards.
So which is let me ask you one question, Gavin. If that guy said make it the same horsepower. So say you've got a 750 horsepower engine with 750 foot-pounds of torque, and you've got a 900 or 750 horsepower engine with 500 foot-pounds of torque. Which is going to be faster?
They're going to be the same. They're identical.
No, they won't. You want to bet on that? I've won thousands of races off of this concept.
I believe
it is not the same
resume. I don't doubt your resume, but on paper, it's identical. They perform the same task. That's the objective. They might do it at different RPMs. That's the only thing that'd be different about them is the RPM. They still perform the same output.
So you're telling me that a 750 horsepower engine, we'll go 1,000 horsepower. I don't give a shit.
That's fine.
Give a shit. You're telling me a 1,000 horsepower engine with 750 foot-pounds of torque is going to be just as fast as a 1,000 horsepower engine with 950 foot-pounds of torque. Now keep in mind, we're running a 4,000-pound truck in a mud hole. Which will go faster in a mud hole?
Which one makes more horsepower if you can hook it up? Horsepower is always what matters.
It's
not.
Now, what makes it hook up,
horsepower
Gavin?
Is what people think. Wait, what was your question?
What makes it hook up? That's a serious question.
That's a whole.
You said if it'll hook up. So what?
And neither one
controls the
matters.
hookup?
Your truck, your suspension, horsepower don't have nothing to do with your hook. That's tuning your motor to your truck.
Okay.
I've got bent and broken ladder bars that say torque's what makes it take off fast.
Look, all right. Let me explain it again, okay? When you look on your dyno sheet, and when you whatever peak number you make, all right, your torque. Remember, this is all it is. It's force times distance. It's just what's pushing on this wrench. It doesn't tell you what's turning the wrench. It's just what's pushing on it. The wrench doesn't have to move. The wrench, if you had to make all the torque in the world, you don't have horsepower, the wrench don't move. You have
I think
more horsepower
RJ
because that's the rate at which that's how fast it turns. So when you leave the
RJ
line,
Hefner.
sorry, go
RJ
ahead.
Hefner, he says horsepower is how fast you hit the wall. Torque is how far you move it.
So
But
how
people-
how can horsepower relate if you have no torque? If your truck goes out there
Because
with no
you just
torque,
turn a lot of RPMs. You turn crazy RPMs. You gear it for the RPM. That's why I'm saying
gear
people
it-
think
See, in my stupid mind though, I'm thinking I hear you say you gear it for torque, so you get traction and different things. Gears make a difference.
they do, but you gear for horsepower. Your
What?
horsepower is what pushes through your
Gavin?
gear.
Gavin, I want to tell you this seriously, and from the bottom of my heart. I hope you
Oh,
gear your
man.
truck to your horsepower, because I gear my truck to torque. Which one's faster?
He's beat me in races. We haven't raced in years. We can run it.
Anytime.
He did beat me.
Anytime,
I
anywhere.
think Jason before the show told us he was coming back to run you.
Oh yeah, he's coming back.
Listen, I'm not taking
I
away
will
from him.
be
He's a
from-
top contender.
I will be at Palmetto this year, and we will square off. I promise.
Ah,
Jason
What
is
I'm saying earlier.
Jason's
I'll
a
just go
national
ahead.
level contender. There's no debating that. But one thing is you have the topic backwards. I know you say you gear it for torque. You have it backwards. You gear it for horsepower. Torque is your low end. People confuse torque for low end horsepower. When a semi truck,
So we might have to put a poll. We might have to
I'm gonna
put this
stop
as a poll.
I'm going to
All
stop
right.
you right there, because if you gear your truck for horsepower, my motor makes peak horsepower at 7,800 RPM. So if I gear my truck for horsepower, when I come off the line, it's going to be instant 7,800 RPM for horsepower.
no,
I guarantee you,
a whole
I
different topic.
guarantee you, it'll be 10 times slower than a gear that's set for torque. I promise you, because
Different topic.
my truck goes across the finish line at peak horsepower. And
Correct.
I actually, if you want to know the truth of the matter, my truck goes under the peak horsepower. But I'm still working on the gearing on that. I will get it to there.
That's
Baby burn some popcorn.
You do gear for the end of the track. You should be at peak horsepower, but it's still look at what RPMs you climb from when you leave the line to the end of the track, and look at your dyno sheet. If
2,800.
you look, I know, but look at the
2,800.
horsepower
That's all I gear. That's all I gain.
But if you look at your dyno sheet, calculate the average horsepower over the 2,800 RPM.
I knew that shit was
makes you
coming.
accelerate. What?
Jay Coons is telling you we have been racing longer
Backwards.
than you have been alive, little fella.
It don't matter how long. It's physics.
Hey.
All torque is distance, force distance.
You can get your dictionary out every day of the week, and you can read it back and forth 100 times. It still does not matter. I'm telling you that your dictionary is not going to make you fast.
They
The dictionary.
So
Look up
Jason,
look up the word
Jason.
fast, and it's not going to sound horsepower.
It is.
so let me ask this.
All right, go ahead.
Let me ask this. I have a 20 horsepower lawnmower and a 150 horsepower tractor. I gear the lawnmower to match the horsepower of the tractor. What am I gearing it to? The torque.
The torque side of it,
The torque.
100% torque side.
But you know why? Because it makes low end horsepower. That's why you do that.
I tell you what, you need to get a diesel.
I'm going to get the same speed if I gear it for the torque.
You need to go deal with a diesel guy. You say that torque isn't got anything to do with it. Them guys are running 900 horsepower engines in them Cummins that are using them for pulling, and they've got 2,000 foot-pounds of torque.
Yep.
But the only thing
Why don't you take your 800 horsepower motor or your 1,000 horsepower, whatever you're making, we'll make it high. Take your 1,200 horsepower motor with your 1,000 foot-pounds of torque and hook it to that sled and see which one will prevail. It will not be horsepower.
Hold on. Here it is. This is good. That's a good argument. But let me say this: if you had a semi truck, all right, and you took whatever Cummins motor was in it, and you put a Ferrari motor in it that made the same horsepower at 10,000 RPMs, and you geared it for it, it would tow the exact same. There'd be no difference. Yes,
it won't. Because
Yes,
it don't have the torque. It may go the same speed, but hit a hill with it having about 80 pounds on it. I bet you that Ferrari motor will not make it to the top of that hill.
It will. It
Hey,
will, because
Gavin.
it has the same horsepower.
Gavin, let me ask something. How come all them trucks at my place are diesels then? We don't offer gas.
Why am I using?
Hold on. I'm ready for
Just
this.
asking, brother.
You know why diesels exist? Honestly.
Why is that?
I want to know why they still exist.
Hold on.
Why do they still exist if they're sub whatever you're calling it?
They're not. They're great. Diesels are great. But you know why? It's because they make low-end horsepower. Low-end horsepower. So you don't have to turn them very much, and they last forever. If you took like a race car motor, made 800 horsepower, but it makes it at 8,000 RPMs versus a diesel that can make the same. Let's say this motor made 500 horsepower at 5,000 RPMs. The diesel can make it at 200 RPMs. So it lasts way longer. Diesels have a much sharper horsepower curve.
Low and
engines are like this.
Hey, Gene, I
If
got
you
a
look
question
at
for
a
you.
diesel dyno, it's like this.
So Charlie
Low
Seller
end
said
torque
the other
isn't-
night he was going to go faster. Was he sending his truck to the rear end shop or to the motor shop?
I'm sending it to the motor shop.
To make more horsepower. I don't have to say
Yep.
that.
Yep.
You didn't say I'm going to the
And more
rear end shop. Probably.
You got to remember, you can't forget, all torque is the force on the wrench. It's not the rate of its turning. All
right,
it
but
is the force. It has
so-
nothing to do with the turning.
So let me make this point to you, Gavin. Why torque matters more in the mud?
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you.
Hold on. Mud creates massive resistance. Your tires just aren't rolling. They're pushing water, suction, and thick muck out of the fucking way. Oops, sorry. Oops.
You're oopsie.
Thick muck out of the way. Torque gives you a hard launch off the line. It allows your ability to keep your tires turning under the load. And the resistance when the truck sinks. Power at low to mid RPM, that's where your mud truck lives. It is.
But what throws the dirt?
Horsepower still matters. Horsepower still matters. It does. But it keeps your wheel speed up. It helps you skim across the top. I'll be damned if you're not one of the fastest trucks because you've got the horsepower that keeps you skimming across the top of the mud and the water. And it prevents you from falling back into the ruts. But what happens when you lose your horsepower? You fall into the mud. And usually what happens? You get stuck because you don't have the torque. You have the horsepower, but you don't have the torque.
But torque isn't usable. Torque is not usable. Horsepower is the rate of work. Torque is not a measurement of work. Horsepower is the rate of work. So if you get back on the throttle, what makes your tires turn is horsepower. That's the engine performing work. The torque doesn't matter.
Muscle cars feel torquey.
I was kidding.
Diesels feel strong with low horsepower.
No, low end
So
horsepower.
you said that torque does not matter whatsoever.
It matters in the formula. It's relevant. It is relevant in the formula, but the unit that you need to look at that matters is horsepower. Torque is not the unit to look at. Because when people look at it like, oh, I make blah, 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 they're looking at the wrong number. Horsepower is the number that matters.
So I went into ask Chat GPT, and I'm new with this whole technology shit that we've got here at hand, but so far everything that I've asked Chat GPT when I've applied it to my daily life, it's been correct. But here's a short answer that for mud racing trucks, torque is more important than horsepower, but the best mud trucks still need both. And here's why in just plain terms. Torque wins races in the mud. Horsepower helps once you're already moving. But without torque, you'll just sit there spinning and bogging down.
Chat GPT ain't never drove a mud truck.
That's backwards.
You're right. It's never drove a mud truck. I've never driven a mud truck, but in my background in the military, I have stuck 80,000-pound trucks. Hammett Wrecker, 80,000 pounds. I've stuck it in the mud. But you know what got me out? That 600 horsepower diesel motor that was applying a lot of torque to 8 wheels.
So I saw Kane's comment. Kane, the reason diesels exist is because they make a lot of low-end horsepowers. They don't turn a lot of RPMs. So I know every person disagrees with me, but it's true. Because you want to know the raw definition of horsepower without even getting into Allen Watts. The raw definition.
What's the Allen Watt?
That's the guy.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I think I need to take a nap because he's boring me with his dictionary.
It's true. It's not dictionary. It's true. It's true. Force times distance divided by time. Force times distance over time.
Let's do it, little dude.
I would love to. Look, I don't need a lot of horsepower. I don't want to get hurt.
Get in Gavin's truck, then. You don't want to get in mine. If you want one that's going to have less horsepower, get in Gavin's.
But all right, I'm going to respond to Steve's comment because this is what a lot of people are saying. I know every person disagrees with me. It's true. I'm going to say the same analogy. Torque is the force on this. It's not turning the wrench. It's just the force. Horsepower is what turns the wrench. It's just what's on it. You could have 1 billion foot-pounds of torque and 1 horsepower. It's not going to turn the wrench. Doesn't do anything. You can have 1 foot-pounds of torque and 100 horsepower, and the wrench is going to turn super fast. Although it'll turn crazy RPMs. You got to realize horsepower equals torque times RPM divided by 5252. So if you turn more RPMs, you make more horsepower. Now, this doesn't mean it's a real engine. This is just, that's what the numbers correlate to. You could take your dyno sheet and I can plug this number in and I can guarantee you I could guess your horsepower based on
I like Nightmare's answer. I like Nightmare 405. I like his answer. My truck is a gas truck that makes a lot more horsepower than Jason's. But I know he will absolutely fly by me if we were both pulling a 10,000-pound trailer because the torque wins.
If torque is so important, then why do pulling trucks turn so many RPMs? Why do those pull trucks turn? Yes, they do. They turn like 11 grand. All the pull truck motors.
Tractor pulls now.
Yeah, tractor pull. Not diesels. Gasoline. Why do they turn so many RPMs? What tows it?
Because that's the way they set the motor up.
No. What tows the load? The horsepower. That's why they turn.
I'm going to educate you, young pup. The reason why they turn so many RPM for that is for called wheel speed. They need wheel speed in order to get that going in order for it to go farther. If you don't have wheel speed, you don't have nothing.
But what's telling it? What's making wheel speed? It's horsepower.
How do you think them tires get turning?
It's horsepower. That's what turns them. Then what keeps it going? If torque is what tows heavy stuff, then how do those pull trucks do it? If they're turning 10,000 RPMs, they're making no torque. They're making none because they're turning so much.
This discussion started because you said torque is irrelevant to win a race. You say that you don't need torque. I'm telling you right now, I won thousands, and I'm not exaggerating, thousands of races off of a motor that made more torque than horsepower, and I was out horsepowered by just about everybody in the class.
Oh man, hey, you got Eddie Beheeler. You got Eddie Beheeler chiming in now.
Mm-hmm.
You got Eddie Beheeler chiming in now.
Hey, Gavin, what's making the front end come up on that truck?
You've got hundreds of years of experience in the comment section. And now you have Eddie Beheeler, probably one of the best damn mud racers on the planet right now. Pulling trucks want more torque to go along with the horsepower. You gotta have horse.
True. It's because why do they turn so many RPMs? It's not true. Why did they turn the RPMs?
They turn the RPMs for the wheel speed. It has nothing to do with the horsepower.
But no, it does. Because you only make horsepower.
Okay, let me ask you. If you think it does, if a truck's got 120 mile an hour wheel speed and another the truck with the same amount of horsepower and same amount of torque has 80 mile an hour wheel speed, which is going to win?
Wheel speed's what wins, but you only have wheel speed with horsepower. Because that's a measure of work. Wheel speed is a measurement of work.
Boy, I can't wait till I get to come to Palmetto.
The first race is coming up.
Listen, I'm not doubting you have a strong resume. I've said it 100 times. But this isn't something to argue. It's numbers. It's how it works. That's what it is.
There's
your engine builder. I bet you they'll agree with me.
So Hefner chimes in and says, "What one recovers faster if you lift and stab it again? Torque or horsepower? Which one recovers faster?"
Torque does.
Torque does. Correct. Because
Torque
it's low in
does.
horsepower. Because it's low in horsepower. That's correct. Torque will. High torque is if you make high torque, you only make it at low RPMs.
So hold on a second.
Usually.
So you're telling me your dyno sheet makes big horsepower down low? That's what makes it so fast, is because it's got big horsepower down low? Because I can tell you my dyno sheet has very low horsepower numbers until it gets up around 6,500, 7,000 RPM.
That's how mine is. Mine's the same way. But horsepower is
Mine
usable
peaks
work.
out.
That's go ahead.
Mine peaks out at 7,800. You know how many times I've seen 7,800 and 200 feet? It only happens when I brake. I don't run my ticket card.
I'll tell you what, fellas, I have loved this conversation. Gavin, we might need to send you to school a little more.
It's not
here's
how it works.
You're not, Gavin. You're not, Gavin. Hold on, Gavin. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't think you understand it fully. In the comparison that what torque does for horsepower and what horsepower, you can't have one without the other. You have to have both.
That's
you
correct.
have to have both.
Exactly.
Well, one is
But
okay.
torque-
One is
but
not
torque-
usable.
Torque to get the power to get that horsepower to the ground, you have to have torque.
That's torque.
You
isn't
have to
usable
have
work.
torque to get that horsepower to the ground.
That's correct. But torque isn't a usable
Bingo.
force. That's like saying you have to travel distance to measure horsepower. It don't matter.
We're not talking about it being a usable force like horsepower.
Then you can't use it.
But you can't get to the horsepower to the ground without the torque.
No, horsepower is what gets it to the ground. Torque is irrelevant. Torque doesn't matter. Torque isn't a measurement of anything.
I tell you what I want you to do then, Gavin. I tell you what I want you to do then, Gavin. I want you to take a. We'll just put a.
Correct.
What you say? I didn't see it.
She was talking about how they're correlated. You can't. I understand your claim. You can't have one without the other.
Yep.
That's true. You can't have one without the other. But one is usable. The other one is just a measurement. That's the difference. One is a measurement of power. The other one is a measurement of force. One achieves something. The other one doesn't do anything. All torque is just the force. It doesn't describe how fast it turns. So if your wheel is turning fast, that's horsepower turning it. The force on the wrench is torque, but it doesn't describe how fast the wrench turns.
So you're telling me that if you take 1,000 horsepower motor that has 750 foot-pounds of torque, and you take 1,000 horsepower motor with 950 foot-pounds of torque, and you run in a mud hole with a 44-inch tire on a 4,000-pound truck, they're going to run the same speed?
They will. They're identical trucks. One's gearing is going to be different, but they will run the same. If they're both geared perfectly, they will be identical.
Look here, Gavin.
Nope.
I don't have a socket, a ratchet, but I know if I take that handle and there's a socket on the end of it, and I need to turn it, it's going to take a lot more torque at this length than it is if I have a handle that's all the way out here.
Yeah, put your
All the way
4-foot
out
handle
here.
on it, and then burr down on it.
And
Yeah, but you're turning it at the same rate, so you make more horsepower. That's the difference. But that's what I'm saying. You're still measuring horsepower. That's what I say. It's backwards. People have it backwards. Y'all can read about it. I don't mind. I will send it to you. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Every person disagrees with me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at just all of it. The situation.
Oh,
I love it.
I'm loving the conversation. I am loving it.
So, Gavin, here's what we're doing. Jason said he's coming to race you, right?
Yes, we will race.
Absolutely.
All right, we're not racing for money. The loser has the belly flop in the mud pit because people will like to see that more than y'all getting money.
I'll go with that, but he's got to pay tuition. I'm going to teach him something.
Oh my Lord!
Hey, all right. I'll tell you what, Gavin.
Ask your engine builder after. Ask him.
Gavin,
just ask him. What?
If you're that confident, he gets to take his belt off and lick you twice. If you lose. Hey, yeah, big boy.
My Lordy.
Jason, he gonna whoop your ass too. So wait a minute, I wasn't done. That's humility there. Y'all willing to bet on it?
Hold on, I'm missing the bet. What's the bet?
He gonna take his belt off and pop you a couple of times with it, right in front of everybody, right across the butt. If he beats you with his horsepower.
He's got a better chance of winning the lottery. He might want to go see if he can get in the Powerball.
That sounds like an agreement to me, Gene.
Oh shit!
Hey, so that's an agreement. I'm filming it.
Now, are we doing this head? Or are we doing this off of time?
Well, we ain't got nothing right now, Palmetto, but heads up. Time.
Time.
Okay.
Time.
I mean, we have a heads up track we could line you both up on.
Yeah, might be a while before you come, so we could probably line that up, Gavin. I need a verbal. I need a verbal. You're scared right now, and I understand that.
Him and I have been talking shit back and forth for years.
Well,
yeah,
many years.
All right. Well, so is that a yes or no?
I don't see why not.
Damn, there you go. Game on. It's a date. Jason, let us know when you can get down here. Which race? Pick one. All right, you have to do it right now.
You ain't got to think about it right now.
Yeah, we got to come up with our date still. We're still going back and forth.
We'll get it. But it's everybody on this live just heard it, so it's going to happen. You know, as long as Jason can get down here. But don't you be sandbagging on.
Oh, look at Red. Red chiming in. Red Hankel chiming in. Neither likes the mud. This should be good.
I love the mud. I race mud everywhere.
I don't know where Rhett gets it. Neither likes the mud. I believe the last time I run with you guys over on the East Coast was down there at Cobbtown, Georgia, and I believe I run both mud and speed, but I just don't like washing. That's why I don't want to do it anymore. When you spend 33 years of doing it, when in the summertime when I'm running fair races, I'll run 3, 4, 5 times a week certain times of the year. And when you wash the truck that many times,
Nightmare says loser gets his head shaved bald.
I'll make an ugly bald person. I ain't doing that, bet.
Smiley, are you able to screen share?
If you send it to me, I can share it.
Yep.
All right.
Blake can.
All right, Blake, I want you to share this for me.
You'd almost have to email it to me, man.
I'll email it to you with your email.
The Blake Signs at gmail.com.
What do you
We
do with the dictionary?
We got about 10 minutes.
I don't know what he's doing. Hold it up to your camera.
Rhett,
well, you can't.
I can't.
You may be picking on me, Rhett, but you're next in line because me and you got a date to dance too there, buddy.
Woo!
Somebody was talking shit. Somebody was talking shit about beating up on the big tire boys down there at the last race of the year. So I'm coming to give him his schooling too.
So Jason, where's home for you? What part of the country?
Rising Sun, Indiana.
Rising Sun, Indiana. Nice.
That's like a song.
That's beautiful country out there.
I like
Lots
it.
of corn. Lots of corn.
I tell you what, though, I just seen some of the most beautiful country out west here, known to man. I mean, I was in the middle of God's country where I was just at. If I could move out here with my family, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But the elevation would mess me up too bad. I couldn't hardly breathe over at 6,000 feet.
Yeah. Is that Phoenix Scottsdale area?
Yeah, down. It was from Phoenix up towards the New Mexico line. There's a.
Yep.
I can't think of the name of that road, but you follow it up through there and you go up.
Going towards Flagstaff?
Yes.
Yep. Been on that road.
It's beautiful over.
That is some pretty country out there.
Ooh, I've done lost track of all these messages, boys.
We're still catching up on the messages.
He say he can do it. Now you and Rat can do the jumping in the pit, so you might get to watch them jump in the pit and then spank that young man's butt in one night. If you have a good night. Bald's beautiful, brother.
Justin Cannon says,
lady.
love the show, but this is 15 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
Emily, apparently in the mirror lately. You shouldn't call the kettle black there, Emily.
All right, so Little Do Racing says, have you each say one good thing about the thing that you debated against?
Hey, that's a great idea.
Gavin, you got to say one good thing about torque. Jason, one good thing about horsepower.
Hold on, back up 1 second. I seen John Conkle made a comment. What'd he say?
I don't know much, but isn't horsepower a calculated number? How do you get there without torque?
That's correct. I agree.
John Conkle is one of the premier engine horse. So you're telling he just said, how do you get to that horsepower without torque?
Torque isn't the force.
You just lost your debate
usable.
No, I didn't. In the country.
John, this isn't the debate. We're not debating about if torque is irrelevant to the formula. We're debating about which one makes you go fast. He will agree. Horsepower is usable work. That is what is a measurement of.
Here's what I will agree to. If we're running a quarter mile or an eighth mile, horsepower will always prevail, without a doubt, because up on the top end, you're going to use that horsepower. On the bottom side of that, when you're running 200 foot, you don't ever make it to your horsepower band 90% of the time in a mud hole. Not with a 4,000-pound truck.
But what is propelling you forward?
Torque.
No horsepower. Horsepower.
Okay.
Let's see what he says. I'll let John be the decider. He's got a great reputation. That's the person that's the most deciding person.
Come on, John. Let's see what you got to say.
Horsepower. My claim is horsepower is usable energy.
We're watching for John. Now, question is maybe that's something we need to do is we need to get a hold of John and get him online one night. Get him on a Monday Night Mayhem. And talk the differences.
What's that say?
Gene, the torque on them gums Jason is flapping is impressive. No wonder he's Team Torque.
I have no idea who he is, but
and Archibald.
I really don't care.
Yeah, I don't know who he is either.
Hey, it's a melting pot here. People are from all over. That's funny. Sorry.
But Jason, he's been chiming in all night, and he's kind of got just a bunch of smart ass answers for the most of everything. So don't know him, and
he's irrelevant to me. I promise you, because the amount of races I've won in my lifetime speaks for what I know.
Yep,
I've been a national champion.
I agree.
I can make a truck run. I promise you. But I build my stuff. I set my truck up off of torque. I do not set it up off of horsepower.
But you have a lot of horsepower, don't you?
Let me ask you this. What does that mean?
I got one or two.
What do you define as setting up for torque? What do you mean?
Well, by your standard, if you put gearing to it to make it come off the line to use your horsepower, you're going to be lower geared than I am. I'm going to have more wheel speed than you because I'm using the torque side of my motor to get more wheel speed.
But all right, ask John this: what makes the wheel speed? It's not torque. Wheel speed's horsepower, because that's usable energy.
Okay. Well, you keep reading the Webster's dictionary. It still isn't going to change my mind.
I needed my intro.
So,
I had an intro that had the Webster dictionary on it, but
yeah, he did. He did.
I lost it.
He actually had the Webster Dictionary intro.
Yeah, but I'll get a hang of this mess where it's over with. All right, y'all are going to agree to disagree for the moment until Jason comes to South Carolina.
Save your pennies. I got tuition.
We're not done, obviously, with horsepower versus torque.
Yeah, I think this debate's going to go on for another day. John. Oh, so look here. John says I've done both ways. Made a lot of torque and used faster gear. But if you make big torque at high RPM, it's gonna haul ass.
But that's still
there. You
high
go.
Horsepower.
You just saved it all for me right there.
Yeah.
One of the premier engine builders in this country, you just told you that if you build it for big torque, you just
Jason. All right,
right there, Gavin, right there, there.
That actually agrees with me, because horsepower equals torque times RPM. So you make it at big RPM, you make more horsepower. He agrees with me. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
If you make big torque,
apparently he was different than what I did.
What is horsepower? Horsepower is torque times RPM. He's agreeing with me. That's right. That's big horsepower. That's what makes it haul ass.
David Hewlett, I don't agree with you. I'm not saying that I use my gearing to get more torque, but I use the torque in my engine to gear my motor, because if I got low torque, I'm going to run a lower gear. If I've got higher torque, I'm going to put more gear to it so it has more wheel speed. I run a small block. I run a big block. I would never run a small block again after strapping in behind the big block that I own now. But
because it got more horsepower.
Now Gary Hoy has it. It's a small block that runs off of nitrous, but I would drive it, even though it's a Ford. I'd still drive it. It's fast.
You know, hey, that would be interesting. Have a tug of war.
Yeah,
I ain't in a tug of war. My shit'll break in pieces.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about just the relevance of it. You know, if the high horsepower is going to beat a low torque truck, you know. 58 minutes into this. You think we're going to get it settled?
No.
I think y'all are going to have to settle this on the...
John Conkle agreed.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. Because torque at an RPM is horsepower. Look, if you make big torque at high RPM, that's what horsepower equals. Horsepower equals torque times RPM. That's horsepower. He's just not saying it the actual word horsepower, but he's saying horsepower. He is. That's what it is.
He didn't say. He's not saying. Hey, look here. Horsepower is the result. Horsepower is the result of torque and RPMs.
Correct.
It is the result of. It is the result of torque.
If you don't have torque, you can break the horsepower
because of horsepower.
Listen, y'all. Torque at an RPM curve is horsepower. That's what it is. Torque is just a force. Torque at an RPM is horsepower. He's saying horsepower. He's just not saying the word horsepower, but what he just described is horsepower.
Question to Jimmy Royal. Jimmy Royal won what three of the classes in the DOT series this year, and he won the tree chopping axe for being the fastest off the line. Jimmy Royal, what is more important, horsepower or torque? Let's see what Jimmy Royal says.
Jason
He
had a
spanked everybody's ass this year.
200 foot. Jason 2.8 at 200 foot. You ran.
I don't go. I've run fast times at all tracks. Unless it's got a standardized set like they do with MRA or Texas mud drags. To me, time's irrelevant when they're running it because 2 inches of extra rollout can make people seem really stupid fast, and they're not.
I agree with that.
Good
100%.
point.
100%.
Look here. 8-year-old Archie, little monkey says, if you don't have both, you ain't going nowhere.
100%.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. So y'all both need each other to play. Is that what y'all saying?
They do.
This might be a damn bonding before it's over with.
This whole argument started over the fact that he said torque is irrelevant, horsepower wins all.
No,
and I said you're out of your mind.
Because horsepower is utilizing it. All right. I would
There's
love
Jimmy's
for him to
answer.
respond.
Jimmy Roll's answer, torque,
I would
in his
love
opinion.
for more engine builders to respond because I know what he typed out, but he just typed out horsepower, just spelled out. Instead of saying the word horsepower, he just defined it. Torque at RPM. That's what he defined.
My dog ain't into something no more.
David, I agree with that. The closer you are with the horsepower and the torque, the faster it's going to be because the torque numbers are up there. A faster truck will always be the one that has more torque versus the horsepower.
Then why doesn't everybody run diesels?
I gotta. So we're
heavy.
Fellas,
I can show you some diesels that would flat amaze you that are running around home, but the reason why they don't go faster than me is because they're way too heavy. They 1,800 horsepower, but they make 2,000 to 3,000 foot-pounds of torque. But they're also carrying around 6,000 pounds versus a 4,000-pound truck. You take 2,000 pounds off that, and them diesels will whip our ass. I guarantee you.
They're heavier. So, Gene, we need to put a race together. We're going to put a race together against Jason and Gavin.
Yep.
And before Jason has to leave to come this way, we'll revisit it again.
Yep. We're also going to get John Conkle on here one night, and we'll dive into it, being that he's a motor builder.
What about that,
I
Gavin?
would love for one of the engine builders to give the verdict.
How about
See
Curtis?
what they think.
How about Curtis?
Curtis builds. I mean, he's got experience with it, but he's more of he does chassis.
Yeah.
I'd love to see someone. John Conkle's got a fantastic reputation.
Curtis is a torque guy too, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, how important is chassis bits? To torque. You got to have it set up right.
Curtis has a small block. That's a horse. He turns RPMs. That's not torque.
We should revisit this right before the race, Gene. What do you think?
Yeah, we are going to revisit this before the race. We
have really heard a lot of nothing for an hour. Boys, I will tell you this in my opinion. One is no good without the freaking other.
I'd love to hear BS too.
Period.
Let's talk Tony into getting on here because he doesn't get a part of this things. But if I can get a hold of him and see what he'll say about it, if I have to, I'll ask him, and I will hit record on my phone just so I'll have proof of what he said.
What if we reach out to Duke Bohannon?
He's a good engine builder.
Wicked fab, Mr. Duke Bohannon.
Well, yeah, we got plenty of time. Like I said, Jason, you got to pick a race out when they get it, and then before you have to leave to come all this way, let's have another one, and we'll get 2 builders or invite people on here, and we'll have it one more time, and then we squishing it. Y'all boys got to get along. You got this?
We get along great. We just
get along great.
Him and I get along great.
Oh yeah.
Well, then why are you over there sweating, Gavin? Stop. Wipe your face off. Boy, you clammy. Clammy. That man, Jason's chilling, laid back in his truck. He's probably got one hand on the steering wheel, the other one talking to you.
I was really wondering if Jason was still driving or did he actually pull over?
I think he pulled over. We're gonna see him line, he
pulled over because it kept cutting out. I found a good spot that had good reception and went ahead and pulled over. I had the crew set on 83 going down the road.
Hey, David Hewlett just said he'll run you on the flat track.
David Hewlett. Oh, that's Daddy David Hewlett. Big David.
I don't even know what he runs, to be honest with you, but
he's got a little S10.
If it's naturally aspirated and weighs anywhere near 600 pounds, he's got a deal.
I think he's got a 4.3 in it, but it's got a blower.
4.3.
Maybe
a blower.
That makes it unfair.
Well, he's leaving. Gavin, get your water.
What?
See?
I am.
Go ahead, get your water. Take your nerve pill. Come sit back down with us.
So before we get off, look here. We've gone over our hour. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We didn't settle anything tonight. I think we got some things accomplished.
Yeah. Me and you'll close it out, Gene. But
a little.
So, guys, we got a deal. One of y'all need to get a belt embroidered with the other one's name on it. I'm videoing that. Y'all made a deal. So, all right, pick you out a date, Jason. What do you think, Gene? You guys, y'all go have fun.
Well, here's something I can tell you. I know that Texas Mud Drags is going to be in West Virginia. That's side by side 200 foot. Going to be in there September 5th for a race over there. You're more than welcome to line up beside me.
I'll follow you up there.
More. Hey, look here. That's neutral ground. That's neutral ground.
You got a point there.
September 5th. I'm gonna have to look at my calendar because look here. West Virginia is very dear to my heart. My mama is from West Virginia, and we were just up there between Christmas and New Year's. So I'm good. I'm good with West Virginia. We might be able to make that happen.
Well, it's going to be a race that David French is at the track that David French is helping with, so it'll be a good race. It'll be a good hard hooking track.
Yep.
All right, guys. Y'all appreciate y'all coming. We'll talk to y'all sooner, getting closer.
Yeah, I got to get on the road again. Otherwise, I'm going to be late.
So, Gene, what do you think?
Well, Blake, I don't think we really got anything accomplished at all.
We got entertained.
Yeah,
that was entertaining.
Like they said, that's 15 minutes I can't get back in my life. That's an hour I can't get back in my. But look here, Blake. Look here. I got the Mud Light shirt on.
I got my mud racing now.
I'm modeling it. I don't have my Speedo on. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it, brother.
I got my Mud Light shirt on. They can go on Amazon and order them a Mud Light shirt or a Mud Racing Now shirt.
We got the Built Not Bots.
Built Not Bots.
We got sticker packs for people coming up.
Yeah,
but anyway, dude, we're gonna get off because it's an hour and 8 minutes, and we losing people like fools.
That's all right. That's Jay, that ass though. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate it.
Mr. Hewlett, we appreciate y'all and everybody who responded. That was fun and it was great. And Gene, we're accomplishing our goals, man.
Yes, we are. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody tuning in, watching. Share the videos. Give us a like, a follow. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will be going live on Facebook here in a couple weeks once we hit that 60-day mark.
Yep.
And
it'll be easier.
Glad we could be here. It's all about promoting the drivers and promoting the tracks that we're going to be at.
Exactly.
And hopefully we can get more people to follow along and put more butts in the seats at all the tracks. That's what it comes down to it for us.
That is. We've been with tracks for doing this for a long time now, and we want to see lots of seats filled. Yep. You'll never replace the feeling and the sound and the smells of the racetrack. So we'll show you what the tracks have to offer. You get your tail to the next race. Use us when you can't be there because it's too far or whatever. If you got a local track, visit them.
Yep.
With that, I'm out, brother. You good?
I'm good.
Thank you, man.
Peace. Till
Appreciate
next
y'all.
time.
Bye.